bro, Masvidal wants this guy bad. He wants this guy bad. If I end up wrong about this, I really am serious. Like, I expect you guys to remove my head in public and down my neck. I deserve that. I deserve that if I end up being wrong about the main and co-main event for the Sphere. I didn't realize how little support Conor had in his fighting career early on. You know, I feel like everybody thinks that, like, you know, all of Ireland was on Conor's back or whatever, which ended up being the case by the time he's going to the UFC. But between the start and, you know, kind of right the end at Cage Rage, like, it wasn't just that he didn't have support in his family. They were actively fighting against his career. Now, Jorge Masvidal has gotten into it backstage on the street with 1 million people. I'm telling you right now, when I saw the footage of him almost getting into it with the dude after Nate Diaz fight backstage, I'm going to tell, I honestly could say pretty straightforward. I think this is the most he's wanted somebody outside of the cage like ever. Seriously, he wants this dude so bad. So we're going to look at that after we do the story about the Sphere, and you'll get to look directly in his eyeballs while he's looking at a dude that he literally wants to reach down the throat of and pull the larynx out. Dude is not scared of him either. It's too bad that we didn't get to actually see it, but they're pissed. There's like 100 people in between them too, and they're still, anyway. So we're gonna look at that, but first we're gonna talk about the Sphere. So as you guys know, I've had some theories about what's going on with Conor McGregor all throughout this entire saga. And Michael Chandler's, you know, like where this sits, who knows what's really happening, all of that stuff. And we had some evidence drop yesterday, and we have some new evidence today that what I've been saying is accurate, and I'll tell you exactly what that is. And everybody should be very, very excited about this. Conor, not in rehab, okay? Also, Ryan Garcia, not going to rehab. I'm doing a separate video about that, though, because Ryan Garcia had an eventful day on X today. He posted a video of some serious domestic violence against a female celebrity, which is gnarly, very gnarly. Not necessarily a female celebrity that you would be shocked that she has someone in her life that is a violent person that would beat her up. But nonetheless, anytime a girl gets beat up, it is, it's, I don't know, man. I just don't, I can't even imagine hitting a girl. I just can't. I never have been able to. But she's probably got a mouth on her. I will definitely acknowledge that. But, you know, mouth or not, I'm never hitting a girl. Anyway, but Ryan Garcia said he's going to avenge that situation. So that video is definitely coming out shortly. But in this video, I'm going to tell you how this Conor and Chandler thing is shaking out, and then also who is going to be the co-main event of that show. Because everybody isn't kind of like talking around it now. Okay. Now, after what I saw yesterday, I am so confident that I'm right about this, about what the main and co-main event are going to be, that I'm going to stake my reputation on that. And you can hold me accountable. Hold me accountable, dude. Actually, you know what? You guys put in the comments. All right. Put in the comments what I should have to do if I'm wrong about either fight. If I'm wrong about either fight, after I show you what I'm going to show you in the video, just name it, dude. Because I'm not going to be wrong, okay? I'm not going to be wrong. These are going to be the main and co-main, and these two fights are going to be the best two, the number one and number two most anticipated fights of the entire year, and they're going to be on the same card, all right? So that is what we're going to do. Now, spoiler, it's going to be Max Holloway against Ilia, and it's going to be Conor against Chandler, but I'm going to show you how I know. Okay, show you how I know. And that is what we're going to do. You know, that's what we're going to do. All right, let's get into it. Now, go ahead and like this video for your boy. If you like the look of my jib, that would be incredibly helpful. And subscribe to the channel and join the most thriving community in the MMA YouTube space. But seriously, comment. And then if you're not going to subscribe, comment why you're not subscribing. That was a joke, but actually I am curious, you know. Why wouldn't you just click it, dude? You know what I mean? I'd do it for you. I really would. All right, so we are going to go over to Conor McGregor's Instagram to start this story, all right? And I wanted to sidetrack you guys super quick with this photograph, okay? First of all, this has nothing to do with, the Sphere. I just want to say, D looks great. Like, D looks great. And I mean that totally respectful. I mean, everybody knows you guys, like, I have a show with Gabrielle. people tell me how, Gabrielle looks incredible. I take that as a sincere compliment. So I'm not saying it like a creep, but she looks great. And I'll tell you another reason why I'm so hot on her right now is because, not like hot on her, but like because I watched Patrick Avia's documentary about Conor. I have brought this up a bunch of times in the last couple days, which is incredible. The best YouTube documentary about Conor McGregor that I've seen, certainly since the ones Mix Molly did about him and Khabib, like way back in the day. And part of the story is just about, like, it really shows how hard or how fraught with obstacles Conor's come up really was, Like, I feel like the impression that everyone's had was that it was just this meteoric rise to the top and Conor didn't really face any serious adversity, and that's not true. That's really not true. We're talking like personal stuff. Like he goes over, Conor locked himself in his fucking room and would not leave his room because he was so depressed at one point. Like real, heavy, serious depression, where his mom called Kavanaugh, he had quit fighting. This is like into his professional career. You know what I mean? Like into his professional career, he quit fighting and he was locked in his room, and Kavanaugh went over. He's like, I did not recognize him, dude. I really, this was not the person that I knew. And then he brought him back into the fold. And then from there, Conor made his run. But this is way further along than people realize. And also, the reason I was saying that I'm so hot on D right now, God, this is a weird way to say it. But the reason I respect her so much and like her in this story is because she's like Dustin Poirier's girl, where she believed in him so much from the very beginning, where no one in Conor's family believed in him at all. Like, that's the reason why this documentary is so amazing, is because I didn't realize how little support Conor had in his fighting career early on. I feel like everybody thinks that all of Ireland was on Conor's back or whatever, which ended up being the case by the time he's going to the UFC. But between the start and, kind of right the end at Cage Rage, it wasn't just that he didn't have support in his family. They were actively fighting against his career in his house. He lived at home. His dad is getting in fist fights with him, telling him if he's speaking to him at all, it's about how he is ruining his own life. It's a complete waste of time. He has no chance of making it. This is a waste. And Conor had one person who had his back through that entire thing, and it was D. And she was the one telling him he can do it, he can do it, he can do it, he can do it. I mean, obviously John Kavanaugh as well, but she stood by him 100%. And if you know my life, you know how important that kind of thing has been in my life with Gabrielle. And so anyway, she's a fucking good ride or die girl, period. Anyway, but what we're talking about here as it relates to the Sphere is the following, all right? So let's just go through the sequence of events, right? The sequence of events that were, related to him pulling out of 303 and the speculation on what was going on, right? So at this weird moment, all of a sudden you start having Ariel releasing a bunch of information about the fight, which was weird because you knew that someone was feeding this information to him that was like, oh no, maybe Conor is not actually going to fight. And it was like, what? They canceled a press conference. Oh, what are we going to do? Somehow Chandler was not in Ireland also. I told you guys that. I know that for sure. He was not in Ireland. So they obviously knew earlier than they told us, and something weird was going on. Okay, cancel press conference. Then they take it off all the pay-per-views. Then they put it back on. Oh, never mind. Everything's good. And then they take it off again. Okay. So you got Chael says he's in rehab, which was totally believable, obviously. You get no real story. No one is, and Conor's trying to keep it secret. Oh, he doesn't want to say what it is because he doesn't want anyone to target, whatever. And you're like, he's going to pull out of a fight, not even tell us what it is? When does that ever happen? And then he comes out, oh, I got a broken toe. And I will be honest, I looked at that like, what? That makes no sense at all. Conor's never pulled out of a fight. A broken fucking toe. What? And then Dana starts saying that he's not going to talk about Conor's comeback until he is totally healthy. All right? Now, what does that do? that gives Dana and the UFC the ability to not talk about Conor at all until after UFC 303, and then, kind of let that shake itself out. Now, I know for 100% sure that Conor and Chandler knew they were fighting International Fight Week way before they announced it. And I also know that these guys, these guys have dates that they're fighting way before the public knows, usually. Okay. Not always, but usually. Okay. In big fights like this. So my point is, the whole story made no sense to me. It just never made any sense. Unless Dana's in the middle of the Sphere. We've talked about this before, and he's like, we have to have those guys headline the show. It's going to be the biggest show of all time. Let's do it, dude. Let's just go all in on this show at the Sphere, where it's a one and done thing. We'll put on the best show of all time. Dana says it's going to be the best sporting event ever. So they need a reason to pull Conor off that card and pull him and Chandler and move it to September. So if that was the case, they have to make up a story. They cannot tell the people who bought the tickets. I mean, this would be like a closely guarded secret, again, if that was really true. Just because the people who bought tickets are, would be bent out of shape for understandable reasons. So also the thing that would explain, whether or not, why there was all this back and forth about whether Conor was going to fight on 303 is because they got to build an incredible card for International Fight Week in order to fulfill the promise that they made to the fans, right? So they're they're frantically calling everyone, and they're if we can't get this done, then we'll just have Conor and Chandler fight. But they got it done. They got Pereira and Yuri. They got, the card was awesome. So then you got to look at Conor, and he's like, oh, I don't know when he's coming back. It's a broken fucking toe. What do you mean you don't know when he's coming back? It's a fucking broken toe. So, this is not some kind of weird injury where you have no idea what the healing time is. It's a broken toe. You know exactly when he's going to be all right. There's no misunderstandings about a broken toe. So that never made any sense. Okay? That never made any sense at all. So here's what does make sense, though, is that they're moving into the Sphere. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? Hey, what's this? 1 day ago, Conor is back to sparring. And then look at this. Here's today. Sparring. Okay? And he also posted that he's got work to do, is what he said. He's back training and he's got work to do. Now, why is that notable? Why is that notable? Well, the show at the Sphere is exactly 9 weeks away. 9 weeks away. Exactly. 9 weeks away. So I don't know. Does that seem like maybe that would be a good time for a training camp? I'm just saying, 9 weeks away, he's training again, and weird. It seems like they might be able to book the Sphere with Conor and Chandler. So everything seems to be lining up with me being right, and I will just keep coming back to when I'm this confident about something, I usually end up being proven right. Khamzat Chimaev, right? Well, I don't know. Masvidal and Colby, I was pretty goddamn sure that was fake. But nonetheless, on Khamzat and Nate Diaz and the card getting jumbled, I think that's been proven to be, Khamzat straight up said it was not his plan to have him miss weight, okay? He said that in absolute open court, right? He said that into a microphone at a press conference. I only miss weight one time. This is their plan, not my plan. It's say that again, bud. And I already went through why they would have done that. But yeah, listen, dude. I support this. I'm going to this show no matter what. It is going to be so expensive, dude. It is going to be so expensive. But I'm going, dude. I told somebody, I don't even want to say the number. When I was talking to somebody about this, I was like, I don't care if it costs. I'm like, as long as it's under this number, we are going. It's a once in a lifetime show, dude. If you are not me and Gabrielle do not spend stupid money on anything except, it's not stupid, but what's the right way to say this? I have one nice watch, one really expensive nice watch, not two. Not five, I could buy a lot more watches if I wanted to. I don't. I never feel the motivation to buy things. However, Oh, UFC 300. UFC, iconic, an iconic thing. The weekend's gonna cost 7-8 G's all in. Let's go. Same thing. The Sphere. Let's fucking go. Okay. I'm incredibly grateful for my life. But the reason I could do that is because I don't buy dumb shit, I drive a fucking Ford Explorer. Gabrielle drives a Chrysler Pacifica. Okay? I don't give a shit about cars. I don't give a shit about watches. Well, and I like shoes. Aside from that, I don't fucking spend money on dumb shit. And I do that so that we can go to Mexico 3 times a year, like we're going next week to Mexico. Again, for the second time in a month. And I can go do this. Why am I saying, I'm going to edit this out. Jesus, what the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, but I'm going to be there. Now, Ilia and Max actually should be a no-brainer. They're basically telling, oops, that's the wrong one. They're basically telegraphing this, right? They're going back and forth, yada, yada, yada. Here we go, Choose a date and how you want me to beat you, right? And Max is like, been talking to them, brother. You need to check your number since you said it. The Sphere by Toehold. See you soon. Okay? This is going to be the best main and co-main event literally ever on the same card. Unless someone can tell me one that they think is better. When it's Chandler and Conor, and then co-main is going to be Ilia and fucking Max Holloway coming off the BMF knockout. You tell me when there has ever been a bigger main and co-main event than those two. Now, if they don't end up doing this, I want you guys to fucking shit down my throat, okay? If I end up wrong about this, okay? If I end up wrong about this, I really am serious. Like, I expect you guys to remove my head in public and shit down my neck. I deserve that. I deserve that if I end up being wrong about the main and co-main event for the Sphere. I deserve it. I am staking my rep on me being right about that. Jesus, I just watched the end of that Patrick Avila video again. I can't watch it. Watch it. Just watch it, man. Anyway, so now let's move over to the Jorge Masvidal video, and let's look at this guy, because the reason this is notable, okay, is because this is the dude that attacked his coach, okay? This is Killshot, who is in BKFC, and he's a big dude, and he's the one who lit up George's coach, and so this is the coach that George is obviously very loyal to. So let's just watch this, and then we'll look at the different angles.
You either, pussy. Cut the wrong guy, motherfucker. You little bitch. You are pussy. You know I'm gonna be around, dog. You don't get it, bro. You want to be a tough guy with nobody.
Masvidal, it was a good fight. Hey, Masvidal, good performance. You guys brought it out there today. You and Nate put it on for the fans. What's next for you, George?
Some more ass.
Jesus. Hey, whoever that guy is, not very experienced in situations like that, dude. If that was my buddy, the journalist, I'd be like, dude, he's not answering questions right now, dude. Look in his face. George is not going to answer your question about what's next right now. He has blood on his mind. Okay. Now let me show you I'm going to show you another angle of this exchange where you can see George's face when he's walking up on him. So this is from the other angle, so you can see George on the way up.
Shot, hey, right here, kill shot. Hey, your boy did his thing. Your boy did his thing. Nate.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there burning up.
And yes, everybody's asked me this. Yes, Killshot is my cousin. He went to jail while I was in college, but yes, he is my cousin.
Nate did his thing, man. Hey, that beef all the way.
Whatever judge scored that shit, a draw, he shivved a few times with a knife. That was insane, bro. I had that shit 9-1, 9 rounds to 1.
Yeah.
George did his thing, hung in there.
A totally unbiased opinion, though. He's like, listen, Nate Diaz is my best friend. I have that 9-1. You're all, Yeah, I mean, you should, you know. One of the commentators had it like 8-2 Masvidal, but I mean, listen, dude, I think Nate won. You know, I certainly thought Nate won when I watched it the first time.
Whatever, fuck George anyways, but you know what I mean, he did his thing, whatever, but fuck him anyways, fuck him and his whole bullshit. But I want him next. Let's go.
What do you want to see from Nate next? Jake
I
Paul
don't know.
rematch? What's up?
The thing with Nate, man, if I'm gonna be honest myself, my own opinion, you know, he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's the boss, man. He's the shit, bro. I mean, look at what he's doing right now. He sold this whole fucking arena.
McGregor
That's a fact. That is a fact.
put up 500K.
I want to see McGregor and Diaz.
McGregor 3,
UFC.
that'll sell massive, bro.
UFC.
That's the biggest thing, yeah, for sure.
In the Sphere in Vegas. Let's fucking go.
That ain't happening.
The comps don't really fuck with you.
Nah, they do. They was all fucking with you. What do you mean? Shouldn't it?
Hey, they're looking at you because you're thugging. You're thugging.
I ain't no fucking trust you because they can't fucking trust me.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Good looking out,
Take it easy,
man.
brother.
Good stuff.
Wait a minute. Where's the fight? Okay, well, anyway, George comes up right after that, so I'll find that for you right this second. All right, here it is. Let's watch it. Boom.
Masvidal after the fight. The fight's over. Nate wins. What happened with Jorge?
In the ring, well, right after he won, right after Nate won, but before it was announced, he's right here. Let's go.
Yeah. It's okay. Nothing. No drama. You're good. You're good.
No drama.
What were you saying there?
What's that, buddy? I said, you like that shit? Did I feel good? Whatever. I'll say whatever, bro. You ain't even tough like that. Get the fuck out of here. You got beat up on already. All right. BKFC, let's do it. Run it. Ain't nobody scared of your ass, bro. Ain't nobody scared of you, little man.
He's big.
What's scared of you either, pussy?
Yeah,
That's a big fucking boy. I didn't realize how big he was, dude. He's big, dude. Let me check something for you guys. Like, I gotta run. I gotta take my kids to jiu-jitsu. But let me. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let me just do this real quick, and then we are gonna go look at this. Let's check this out. All right. So, how big is Killshot? Killshot, AKFC. He is 185. I mean, that, you know, these guys are huge at 185, but so he 30-second KO. Yeah. So he probably walks around obviously much bigger than that. But anyway. All right, well, that's what I got for today. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Love you guys. Bye.